Hello and welcome. My name is Claudine Gagnon and I'm a General Manager CSP Atlantic Operations at Rio Tinto Aluminium. It's a pleasure for me today to be joined by Luca Locatelli. Luca is a documentary photographer, filmmaker, and he did this extraordinary project called Future Studies. This future studies shows us how to go about fighting the climate crisis we all face in the 21st century, including waste. Luca, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you very much for having me here and discussing with you these topics.
Luca, you're a documentary photographer. Your work has shone a light on some of the lesser known elements of industry, such as waste, circularity, and reuse. And what is it you're seeking to change with your work?
I've started to, doing research about how people and technology can affect the environment and restore hope for the future. And then I came to these kind of subjects I'm shooting. And then the problem of visualization of these kind of subjects, which are complicated, put me on a track on trying to find a kind of twist between the word's solution and the visual element I am showing. So this kind of dystopian landscape I'm trying to photograph are actually the best solution we have to front the climate crisis. And this twist was very useful, I've noticed, to try to open a debate about the state of the earth and our future. And what I'm trying to do with my work basically is try to open a debate. It's important more than ever to talk about it.
As you may already know, Rio Tinto, we've been looking at different ways to change the way we look and think about waste. For example, by extracting lithium from our waste streams in Boron in California for use in batteries and electric vehicles, or extracting scandium from our waste streams in Sorel-Tracy nearby here in Quebec to create stronger and lighter alloys. And we would like to hear more about your experiences and what you've seen around the world.
There's so many examples I can talk about it. For example, in Montana, I was visiting and shooting a startup plant that is using algae to filter the water from the sewage system inside the city, and they are doing that in such a natural way with an algae bioreactor, and that algae bioreactor is working perfectly, cleaning the water and getting back a powder that can be used as a bioplastic for shoes soles or other things. And even that guy in Montana was curious because he was not an environmentalist himself, but he was just a businessman that has invented something which is solving the problem right now of cleaning the water, but it's a good way to make money and it's having a lot of attention. And even National Geographic was there with me for telling the story. So it's just like a loop continuing, on humanity, on trying to find solution and using the knowledge of technology to do that.
Did I hear you say something about we should learn from the past and look at what our ancestors were doing in terms of recycling and reusing things and and so inspire ourselves to see what can be the next 30 or 50 years ahead.
Yeah. I mean, that is it's very interesting. One of the main subjects of the story about circular economy I did for National Geographic magazine was shot in Italy and in a old textile district which is operating since the first industrial revolution. But it's a particular place because they know how to remade wool out from trash, from wool textile trash, and that was even the cover of the magazine, and it was, as you said, it was like sometimes like the future is looking more like the past, no? Because in that place, there were since the beginning of the 20th century to make wool. They were like get the wool out from tennis balls. So they were like having containers full of tennis balls, and they just like try to get the wool from the tennis balls or from jacket or stuffs like that, and they have invented a series of old machines operating to worn again the textile and recreate this mechanic wool. And for many years they were like pointed as a second class kind of product because it was like coming from the trash, so people just doesn't want it, and they have to hide that. And now with climate change, they are under the light, they are the stars on showing to the world how we can recycle wool and create new textile from trash.
Yeah, definitely we can see, and it's really something that, and you can see more people wanted to find some solutions that are more around circular and reuse of material that we're using.
Yeah, because actually it's an ability we have lost especially after the Second World War with the linear economy. We have lost that ability of recycling, and that is circular economy. Because if you approach waste in a different way and you consider waste as a resource instead of trash, then you are starting to circle back the raw materials, and then you are doing circular economy, which is simple. We always been doing that.
Where can you find you, and where can we follow you?
Yeah, for sure on my Instagram, which I'm trying to be active, which is at Luca Locatelli photo, and then I will hopefully continue to publishing my story on international medias.
Thanks a lot for your time, Luca, and hope to hear back, and we'll follow you for sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity.